Inspire with Nendrix, the foundation.
Hello, Embracing Arms community. This is Dr. Danielle Hairston coming back to you with another 5-minute quickie for your best life. It's been a while since the last time we chit chat. I have been having some technology issues, so not able to upload my videos for several months. But I'm back. I want to talk to you a little bit about expectations. And so we are going through some performance management things with our colleagues at our organization. And, during performance management, the annual reviews, we talk about the job function. We talk about the expectations aligned with those functions, setting some goals. We allow our colleagues to do self-assessments and really give some feedback around workplace expectations in terms of how you support one another, how you build relationships, how you participate in things outside of the scope of your work, how do you support the overall vision of the organization. And, I was kind of involved in doing one of my evaluations of one of my staff, and one of the conversations that came up was that my staff felt like they didn't have clear expectations or have a clear understanding of what I expected from them. And so, when those things happen, you start kind of going back and tracking like all of the conversations that you may have had with this individual and, helping them to understand clearly the moments and the times where those expectations were outlined and written and shared and placed in previous performance evaluation. But at the end of the day, it is my responsibility to communicate clearly what the expectations are and consistently, so there won't be a situation where once we get to the performance review, whoever I'm evaluating isn't shocked to what those expectations are. Even if you as an evaluator, or you as a supervisor or leader are certain that you clearly articulated those expectations, you still have to double back and make sure of that. Have them sign something, have them review and read through what those expectations are and articulate for you, what does that mean to them? And in some cases, you may not have to do that, but there are some colleagues that you may be leading that may need to have their hand held through that process so that they are clear, they understand, they can document when the conversation was had, and that you're consistent with that. And so that's something that I had to do so that there was no misunderstanding of what my expectations are going forward. Asking my colleague to review it and read it and kind of translate it back to me. What do you think this mean when I say this expectation? What do you think this mean when I say this expectation? Some colleagues absolutely need that, and some may not, So the correlation, the reason why I bring this up is that I'm thinking about even relationships, like personal relationships, romantic relationships. Are we articulating clearly what the expectations are on both sides of the coin, the person that you're involved with, yourself? Are those expectations articulated well? Are you consistent with following through with those expectations? Are you doing check-ins to make sure that there's no blurred lines around those expectations? Are you checking in to make sure each other is feeling comfortable with the expectations that are agreed upon? Because what you don't want to happen is for one or the other person to get to the milestone and have this expectation that is not followed through, right? You don't want to get into a situation when you're in a relationship with someone and Valentine's Day come and you don't get any roses or you don't get invited to dinner. And that might seem kind of benign, but it's an expectation. If I'm in a relationship with you, if that's your expectation, that you are respected and honored and revered on that day, then you want to articulate that. And you don't want to wait until the day that it happens and you're not satisfied and now you're upset, but you never clearly articulated that. So anyway, how are you articulating your expectations? Are you clearly writing them down? Are you clearly having conversations about it? Are you asking for clarifying statements when you are sharing your expectations? Are you talking these things through? Are you making sure that both you and the other person are agreeable on those expectations? Is it something that is attainable? Is it something that I can do in a timely manner? Like, have you clearly articulated what your expectations are? So anyway, that's just my 5-minute plus quickie for you. Comment, like, share, subscribe. Let me know what you think about that and any other topics that you want me to talk about. Until the next time, go out in the community and embrace someone. They're waiting on you, and continue to live your absolute best life.
Yeah.
Come spend the weekend with us.